ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in amma ba'd. All praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We send our greetings and salawat to our beloved Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to Britain's first mosque and welcome to the popular show of Ask the Happy Sheikh. Today I have with me two happy Sheikh. Sheikh Haroon Hanif, the Khatib of Abdullahquilliam Masjid, and of course the Imam, Sheikh Waddah Saleh of Abdullahquilliam Masjid. Assalamu alaikum, happy Sheikh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It looks like we've been demoted. You know why?
Yes.
Because the last two times you called the great sheikhs. Now we're just happy.
Just happy.
Happy.
Happy that we're here.
To be honest, happy constitute everything, isn't it? Happy takes over everything. And we do have two lovely, smiling, happy Sheikh with us today. Brothers and sisters, you have the platform. We're going to do talk less, but we're going to answer more questions. And that can only happen when you ask the Sheikh the question you have in your mind. It can be any question that you want to ask Islamic affairs, related to Islamic affairs. So please call in the studio line on 0151 260 3986. So alhamdulillah, we'd like to hear from you any questions that you may have that you'd like to ask Sheikh Haroon, Sheikh Waddah Saleh here in the studio at Britain's first mosque. We have a couple of surprises for you during the program, so please stay tuned. Do me a big favor, and it's a favor for you and a favor for us. If you'd like to go to our AQS Media channel, YouTube channel, subscribe the channel, press the bell button. When you press the bell button, that really reminds you that when we come on the air. So you don't have to do anything. Automatically, a reminder is sent to you so that you can engage with our programs. So inshallah, I'm not going to do much talking today. We're going to be listening and answering questions. Over to Sheikh Haroon and Sheikh Waddah Saleh.
Hold on, what are we doing now?
Bismillah. Introduce it. I think you should do the little nasheed that you always start up with, mashallah.
Bismillah. When you start singing, yeah?
It's your nasheed, it's all in your hands, Sheikh.
Okay, Bismillah. Okay, so what are we singing today then? I had something before, one of the Qasaid Imam al-Haddad, but it's heavy, like it's about, Tawbah ilallah ta'ala.
MashaAllah, that's what we all need, especially after the beautiful khutbah that you've done today. About Tawbah goes with it, MashaAllah.
Should we go with it, yeah?
Inshallah.
Let me just find the words. Want to read along with me, yeah? I'll just try and get the naghma. Bismillah. قد استعنتك ربي على مداواة قلبي وحل عقدة كربي فانظر إلى الغم ينجال قد استعنتك ربي على مداواة قلبي وحل عقدة كربي فانظر إلى الغم ينجال قد استعنتك ربي على مداواة قلبي وحل عقدة كربي فانظر إلى الغم ينجال يا رب. I want to just start.
Carry on. MashaAllah,
يا
carry on.
ربي خيرك في أحلل علينا العوافي فليس شيء ثم خافي عليك تفصيل وإجمال يا رب عبدك ببابك يخشى أنيم عذابك ويرتجي لثوابك وغيث رحمتك هطال وقد أتاك بعذره وبانكساره وفقره فاهزم بيسرك عسره بمحض جودك والإفضال
مرحبا.
وامنن عليه بتوبة تصله من كل حوبة واعصمه من شر أوبة لكل ما عنه قد حال يا ربي أنت نصيري فلقني كل خيري واجعل جنانك مصيري واختم بالإيمان الأجل وصل في كل حالة على مزيل الضلالة من كلمته الغزالة محمد الهادي الدال والحمد لله شكرا على نعم منه تترى نحمده سرا وجهرا وبالغدايا ونصان اللهم صل وسلم.
ما شاء الله, marhaba, takbir, Allahu Akbar. Very, very well said. It was quite a hard one for us to follow, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a deep one as well.
Deep, it's very deep.
MashaAllah,
very deep.
Heavy.
MashaAllah. So, brothers and sisters, if you have joined us, you are watching Ask the Sheikh the questions. You have the opportunity to ask two of our elite Sheikh here with me. Any questions that you may have Islamically related, please ask the Sheikh. So it could be any question that you have in your mind. If you'd like to send us your questions on our, you can put it on our Facebook, also on the YouTube channel. You can make your comments there. Also, you can WhatsApp to my mobile phone. It's 07949 921 692 as well. So please give us a call on 0151 260 3986. This will connect you direct to one of our sheikhs to answer your questions, or just call us for a chat. So the lines are open for you. Please feel free to call us. Let's see who the first caller is. Do you think we should give a prize to the first caller here, Sheikh Haroon?
I'm saying, actually, yeah, let's do that. Yeah,
let's do that. Okay.
No, I've got another idea.
Go on then. Have the other idea. Let's
just for everybody listening.
Yes.
So our dear beloved brother Mumin. So he was suggesting we have a prize for the best question. And I'm going to have to decide what the best question is. Me and Sheikh Waddah together, Al-Mufti Al-Azam here. That one deserves a prize, that one.
There you go, yeah.
So my suggestion is that the best answer also gets a prize as well.
Okay, if you think so, Sheikh. If you think so, Sheikh.
That's why.
Okay, we've got a couple of questions coming in first.
That's it, brilliant. Let's take the questions.
Adam had to. This guy's a joker because he asked some funny question last time. So, can I tell you a story behind this?
Yeah, you can.
There's a story behind that question. That's one of the students, but I'm not sure who. So it was in madrasa a few years back. We were actually doing a section on zakat.
Salam, Sheikh. Salam, Sheikh.
No, I think it means salam.
Salam, yeah.
Let me tell the story behind this. Yeah. So, what was it like? So we were going through like zakat and livestock, like somebody going sheep and camels and cows.
Yes.
So I made a point. No, then one of the students in class goes, "I've got chickens back in Pakistan. Do I have to pay zakat on it?" and I said, "No, there's no zakat on it." Then I prank call the students because he's mashallah, he's on a show as part of a charity organisation. And I'm trying to pretend that I'm somebody else. So I'm calling in as an anonymous caller to prank him. And I go, "Sheikh Sam, I've got 10 chickens in Pakistan. Do I have to pay any zakat on it?" And then he got onto it straight away. So anyway, that's a joke question. The answer is no, there's no zakat on chickens. Okay,
so that's not the best question, is it? Well, you're going to give him the best question for that one or no? It's nowhere near it.
No.
They probably win something for having a prank questions like that. Let's have some serious questions, brothers and sisters. Here's another one. Sarah K says, "Salam, Sheikh. Can you give advice on how to have barakah in marriage and in our house or in our homes?
That's the opposite of the first one, and that one's just a joke question. This is the most serious.
Serious one.
Off
you go, Sheikh.
تفضل شيخ تفضل هاي عندك إن شاء الله.
Simple answer to that. Husband and wife and kids sit together at home, read Quran together. Read Quran together. Have halaqat of Quran inside your house. Because the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he told us that the home in which the Quran is recited, وَسِعَ عَلَى أَهْلِهِ, it will become spacious. Right? And spacious, wallahu alam, means that you want to be at home. You don't want to go out all the time. Like, you enjoy being at home with your family. Because some people, they don't. Like, there's so much like trouble at the home. Like, you just want to be out. You want to be out somewhere else. وَسِعَ عَلَى أَهْلِهِ, like, it's open. It's spacious, means that you enjoy being at home. Because the barakah comes in. And the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, a home in which the Quran is recited, angels come in there and shayateen, devils leave there. But a home in which the Quran is not recited, it's the opposite. ضَيِّقَ عَلَى أَهْلِ, it becomes ضَيِّق. It becomes restricted. Like, you don't want to be at home. You prefer to be with everybody else except for your wife and your kids. And he sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, angels leave and shayateen come into that home. So it's one of the most important things to bring peace into the home. Bring or read Quran as a family, sit together and read Quran. Like, inshallah, all of you should be, and if you don't, do this every morning. Read Surah Yasin. Every night before going to sleep, read Surah Al-Mulk. But do it as a family. Do it as a family. And then just one last point on that. One of our mashayikh, and I was translating for him. He was from the Yemen. So a lady was asking a question on problems in the marriage and stuff like that, and he just asked a simple question. He said, just pray together. Do you read Quran together? She goes, no. So you do that, and then see what happens. Like, Quran and Salah inside the home has a massive difference. It makes a massive difference in your home. So the simple answer: how do you put barakah in the marriage and in the homes? Read Quran together, pray together. Especially now, because for the rijal, to the men, and as soon as you come to the masjid and pray, but now we're at home, so pray in jama'ah together. Do the adhan. Get your husband to do the adhan in the house. Or a male son. Get them to do an adhan in the house. That brings so much barakat into the home. Wallahu a'lam.
SubhanAllah, so it's like therapy, you're saying, in a way. Quran is therapy, in a way. The more you read, the more Quran you in your life. And this question, subhanAllah, mashallah, it links in with all the questions we had last week about stress and about bringing things. So the more you have barakah, you sort it out in your house. SubhanAllah, Allahu a'lam as well.
Allahu a'lam. I think, no, that's a really good question. That is, Jazakallah khair for that question, sister. If you have any more questions, please do post this on the Facebook, on my WhatsApp, or even on the channel. Make your comments there. But more importantly, why don't you ring in? You have the opportunity to speak to the Sheikhs direct, so please take the opportunity to call into the studio line. The number is 0151 260 3986. It could be any questions that you have in your mind that the Sheikhs will be able to answer you. If you can't, then we'll find the answers in the next program, inshallah. We do have a couple of surprises, don't we, Sheikh Haroon, to give away today?
Oh, do we?
We do, yes, of course. Yeah. Yes.
What's the surprise? Remind me again.
Well, I'm going to get you to reveal these surprises.
What's the surprise?
Yeah, the best.
Now I remember. Yes. You put me on the spot there.
There you go.
So Jazakallah khairan. So we mentioned at the beginning that the best question, and already I'm going with that first question. No, the second, not the chicken one. The chicken one deserves to be slapped. Already I'm going with that one. So,
well, I hope they're not Liverpool supporters, the chicken ones, huh?
I'm not sure who it is.
You might support them if they are, wouldn't you?
No, I'm not sure, because Adam Hutt, that's like a fake name, that one.
Sound real, does it?
Right.
So what the plan is, that there's going to be a gift for the best question, and the gift is a prayer mat.
Yes.
A prayer mat.
I'll show you the prayer mat. It couldn't be any brighter than as it is now.
It's a Liverpool prayer mat,
There you go.
Nice,
Hold it there, Sheikh. Let's show them the prayer
Bismillah,
mat.
you got a prayer
there
mat
we go.
there,
We have a beautiful prayer mat. And this mat is sponsored by Abingdon Health Centre, Dr. Abdul Hamid.
You got a call?
So, and his partner. So they're sponsored. We have a call. See the barakah of the prayer mat. There we go. We have a call. Please, Sheikh Haroon, take the call.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Can we have some a bit louder, please?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Is that Sheikh Luqman?
Inshallah, inshallah.
أهلا ناس لقمان
Brother Luqman, mashallah, takbir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Allahu Akbar.
Luqman, why don't you come to the masjid? Oh man, we'll put a protective suit on you, so don't worry. Just come in the masjid. You can come in like a Ghostbuster. How are you doing, Luqman? You okay?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, Sheikh. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Yeah, I was looking at your beautiful face on the screen. So I thought I'd say salam to you.
Sorry, Luqman. How's your Arabic going?
Alhamdulillah, 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 Sheikh.
Yeah, no, you studied 1 year Arabic.
Yeah, no, mashallah, very good. He's going to test you now in your Arabic, Brother Luqman, so watch out.
كيف حالك?
Alhamdulillah, ya Sheikh.
He said, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, ya Sheikh.
Mashallah. Did you phone in for a chat, or was there anything else you wanted?
No, Sheikh, it's just for you to remind us, if we make errors in our salah, how to correct them. Just as a reminder, if you can, Sheikh, please.
Well, I didn't catch that. It sounds not clear.
Say a bit louder, Brother Luqman. We couldn't catch the question.
I was saying that if one makes a mistake in salah during prayer, say for instance you miss number of rak'ahs with door, just to remind us how to do the correction, Sheikh.
Mistake in prayer وبتعند بدي ركعة زي أو سجود.
Sorry, what was it? So was it if you make mistake in the number of rak'ahs?
In salah, number of rak'ahs, yes. If you have maybe rather than 4, you do 3, or you did 5, you're not sure. Just how to correct them. Just a quick reminder, Sheikh.
Okay, yeah. So there's different views. The view that I mentioned to you is that if you're not sure how many rak'ahs, you're not sure like if it's 3 or 4, then at that moment try and figure out which it is, or go with what you think is most likely, and then continue prayer based on that, and then do sajdat sahw at the end of the prayer. So if you're not sure if it's 3 or 4, go with 3 if you feel that's what's most likely. And ala ghalabat al-dhann, what your heart is more inclined to, go with that, and then complete your prayer, and then do 2 rak'ah sajda because you're not sure. You may be short. So, Allahu a'lam.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Luqman, though, you studied in the madrasa 3 years, and I'm sure we went through all of this, yeah? Luqman, that's naughty now. You've forgotten too much.
It's not only for me, it's for everyone that's listening as well, Sheikh.
Jazakallah khairan. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
And in fact,
clarification.
let me just say that.
Yes, please do.
Jazakallah khairan, Luqman. Imam al-Nawawi, they actually mention, let me just make this point, the adab of asking questions. So even if you know the answer, it's good to ask it so others can benefit. So Jazakallah khairan, Luqman. Luqman did a good thing there.
There you go. We got brownie points at the end from the Sheikh.
So what do you reckon? Do you reckon he gets the prize?
Well, we'll decide at the end. There might be another special brother that's going to come up with something different.
No.
We'll put him on the list, shall we? Luqman.
He's somebody more special than Luqman.
Well,
Luqman's one of a kind.
He's our health and safety leader here at the mosque. So Brother Luqman is a gem. He's a gem for the community. He is, yeah. He's 1 in a million, I would say. Yes, and he's also brought his children up, mashallah, in a very pious way. And he has very pious children, very tolerant, very obedient children that I have seen. It's very difficult to find these type of characters. I think
his daughter did the year 1 Arabic, and she was fluent at the end of the year.
Yeah. I mean, it's done well. I mean, even Mrs. Luqman, credit goes to the wife as well, not just the father, the mother
Probably
as well.
more the wife
And
than
it's how I think if you look at the micro families and if you look at it, it's the mother and the father's behavior and how they behave with the child and how they manage the household together with deen in it is what makes the family successful within the Islamic context. If I find that the father doesn't pray, the mother prays, or the father doesn't pray and doesn't mix the children into the pray, there is no barakah to start with, but also you lose that touch of Islam.
Absolutely.
And that's my, experiences from the community I'm talking about. Right? I'm going to talk less today. We want to hear from you. We've already had one call. Was it the first caller, Brother Luqman?
The chicken.
No, the first caller.
Yeah, so
Brother
he deserves a
Luqman was
prize,
the
isn't he,
first
for the
caller,
first
so he
caller?
certainly gets a prize today. Yeah, we're definitely going to give you a prize, Brother Luqman. Please, brothers and sisters, ask the Sheikh. This is the program you're watching, your favorite program, and you have the golden opportunity to ask two of our elite Sheikh here at the studio of Britain's first mosque. So please, ask the question. You can call in, and we have a message here. Okay. Okay, Sheikh. There we go. Okay, shall I read that? How do you correct elder relatives who may be?
I'm laughing at a different question.
Oh, you're a different question. Okay,
Laughing
I have one that's come on my phone here. Okay, I won't reveal the name of the brother, although I know him. It says anonymous. Right. How do you correct elder relatives who may be committing zulm on women? How do you speak to them in a civil manner when they don't recognize their disgraceful actions and no one else calls them out? Wow.
Oh, Allah. It's true.
Did you get the question? Thank you for that question, brother.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone.
Well, anyway, I remember the question.
Okay, we're getting
See,
a
it
call.
depends.
We got a call here. Right. So, okay. So that was the thing about how do we stop elders
Oh, we're taking
doing
the call
zulm.
first, though.
Shall we take the call first? If we can connect the call. Okay, take the call, Sheikh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, Sheikh. Nur Islam here. Can I ask a little question about, and if you could remind us, which is the best dua to recite when we hear there's somebody who's not well or who's away from us, and what sort of duas that we could maybe recite?
So, the question was like, what's the best dua to read for somebody who's not well? Is that what you're asking? Yeah.
Yes.
One of the du'as of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allahumma shfi shifa'an ajilan ghayra ajin, shifa'an la yughadiru saqaman wala alama. So one of the du'as of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Allahumma rabban nas adhhib al-ba's ishfi anta ash-shafi wa 'afi anta al-mu'afi la shifaa'a illa shifa'uka shifa'an la yughadiru saqaman wala alama. That's one of the du'as of the Prophet, and particularly somebody who's sick, which translates, "Oh Allah, the Lord of all people, Rabban nas, adhib al-ba's, remove the problem. Ishfi anta shafi, heal because you're the healer. Wa'afi anta al-mu'afi, and cure because you're the curer. Shifa'an la yughadiru saqama wala alama, with a healing that does not leave behind any pain or any problems." So I don't know if you can just maybe record that or go back, because this is getting streamed live. So if you want to refer back to the reading of that dua. Also more generally, Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-'afwa wal-'afiyah. Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-'afwa wal-'afiyah. Al-'afiyah is the most comprehensive of all. So you say, oh Allah, I ask you for al-'afwa, pardon, and al-'afiyah. Afiyah is well-being, and that covers everything. That covers every type of problem.
Okay, so we have quite a lot of questions on our screen, Sheikh. So can we take the one that the brother was asking about, how do we stop the zulm by the elders on our women folks when they don't listen to anybody else?
With the elders, it's obviously going to be difficult because we have to respect and honor our elders. That's part of our iman, to respect and honor our elders. But we can never turn a blind eye to dhulm. So when it's wrong, it depends what extent you're talking about. If you're talking about like physical beating, then you can't just remain silent. And like something has to physically be done to stop that person. So like especially sons, if you're watching your father beating your mum, a'udhu billah, that's not a son. That's not a son, that's not a man. You can't say I've got to respect and honor my father. At that point you have to step in. Doesn't mean that you start but you just got to make sure that your mother's taken care of and protected. So if the dhulm is at the highest level, which is physical beating, like violence, like no man should allow, no family member should allow their mother or their auntie or their sister getting battered in that manner in the home. You cannot stand there. Like, so how do you deal with that? You need to intervene. You need to step in there. You need to stop it. And just let father or uncle or brother know that that's completely unacceptable, and you be like a shield for the women in the household. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Hajjat al-Wada', he said, "Istawsu bin nisa'i khayra." I instruct you, I counsel you that you be good towards your women. So it depends. If the zulm is of other type, a zulm could be, the wrongdoing could be like emotional, psychological. Even there, you have to look. And the key in all of this with zulm, you cannot sit there and be silent about it. Mm-hmm. You cannot sit there and be silent about it. You have to, and women will then go to other like agencies on it if the men are not willing to deal with it. So you just can't sit there and be silent about it. If you see the husband, the father, the brother, like domestic like violence or psychological abuse, or it's still a problem like not providing and take care of the woman in the home, because that's your duty as a man. You have to intervene. You have to see what ways of stopping that zulm. And that's not considered that you're disrespectful towards the elder. That's not that. Disrespect is where where you're wronging them, but they're doing the wrong here. So there must be some type of intervention there. Wallahu a'lam.
Okay, another one I have you on my phone, sir.
I live in Liverpool with no access to circumcise my son here. Apart from a Jewish who's doing circumcision in the house, or to travel outside of the city, but with current conditions may be difficult. The moment shall we use a Jewish to try to travel.
You have to say Bismillah. You have to say Bismillah, is it?
What are you two suggesting? Like, just get a knife out and do it yourself. That's what these two muftis are suggesting. Mumin Sabi is saying, just cut it off yourself.
Say Bismillah first, though.
No, the Jewish person is saying, go, you explain the question.
So the question, there's no obligation that the one who's doing circumcision has to be a Muslim. There's no requirement. Circumcision is just a medical treatment. So removing the skin. So definitely it's better that you go to a Muslim. You're right, in Liverpool there's not really any service. But Manchester, Rochdale, places like that, there's Oldham, there are actual trained professional doctors who will do it. But then the follow-on point to this is that it's difficult to travel. But it's not impossible. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. And even though we don't condone, formally, officially, we don't condone breaking the regulations, but it can be right, it can be done. But there's no hurma. It's not haram that you go to a Jewish. It's not haram that you go to a Jewish person to get it done. So if you have to do it that way, then so be it.
Okay. There's another question here. I think it's Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. I'm looking to go to uni. Would you recommend to learn Arabic in mainstream university with a gap year abroad, or to go to an Arab country without studying a degree?
So don't go to university. Centers are fitting. People lose their faith in places like that. So I'm looking to go to uni. Would you recommend to learn Arabic in mainstream university with a gap year abroad, or to go to an Arab country without studying a degree? Go to Egypt. If it depends, Afwan. It depends what you're looking to study. Do you need to get a qualification? What exactly? If you want to learn how to speak Arabic and you want to, go to Egypt. Egypt's as good as it gets for learning Arabic. They got all the institutions there, and they got like decades of experience teaching. And many of our students, they just go to Egypt 1 year, they come back, they can speak easily Arabic. They can speak easily. 1-2 years in Egypt, and the good thing about Egypt, Quran, you can learn Quran, and that's the place you want to learn Quran. It's Egypt. So my advice, anybody's deadly serious about learning it, and you have options, just go to Egypt. Go to Egypt. If you're saying, should I enroll at university to learn Arabic, then just go straight there. Why take a gap year? Just go straight there. So it depends, why do you need to go to university? Is it a certificate? So it depends. My advice is go and study.
Brilliant, thank you, Sheikh. There's a few more questions on the.
Can I just follow that up as well?
Yes, please do. Yes, please do. Yeah.
So university is one thing, but talab al-ilm, because we were talking about that at the beginning. I never forget those days I was in Damascus. Subhanallah, that was al-Jannah fil ard. That was like heaven on earth. That was those days. So if you make your niyyah, I'm going to study Quran with the intention that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give me openings that I'm able to study I've went to study Arabic and Quran, so I get those openings. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له طريقا إلى الجنة. Whoever walks a path seeking knowledge, Allah will make easy for him to a path to Jannah. So just go, just go. I don't think you get that by going to university, the path to Jannah. You need you need to travel abroad, bro.
Your other paths.
Yeah, that's another path that you'll end up on.
I suppose you've done your bit, haven't you, Sheikh?
Jazakallah.
I think that leaves us to go to seek the path of Jannah.
Go to Egypt.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to go to Egypt, actually. Yes, thank you. So, brothers who are actually putting your questions on the Facebooks, also on the YouTube channel, Jazakallah khair for yours. I'll read some of the names in a moment. Questions of the day, Sheikh. Questions of the day. What should be the questions of the day? Well, explain the question of the day that we're going to pick, and then we're going to give the prize.
Yeah, so, Jazakallah khair. So, for all of those asking questions, our dear beloved respected brother Mumin has come up with a great idea, which is that the best question will get a prize.
Yeah,
which is a prayer mat.
Which is a very bright prayer mat.
It's not just a prayer mat; it's a prayer mat, mashallah.
It's the prayer mat.
It's the prayer mat with your salah.
LFC prayer mat.
LFC prayer mat. We'll call it the LFC prayer mat.
Yeah.
I'll have to get a blue one next week then.
No, don't do that.
Just to balance the show.
Yeah.
So look. Let's just show them again.
Open it up, yeah.
You know, it's a beautiful prayer. Oh, it's upside down. Sorry.
Like we're at the cop, you'll never walk alone.
It's a very cushiony one. If you have a laminating floor, it's even better. You know, so if you are praying on a normal mat on a laminating floor, this is a perfect treat for you. Well, somebody says it looks like the Aladdin's magic carpet. Wow. Yeah. Okay, Sheikh, we couldn't get the green, but we got the purple color here for the Everton ones.
This is nice.
That looks weird to me. That looks weird.
Let's open it up.
Let's open it up, yeah.
Here we go.
So is this for the second best question?
Could be, yeah. We could do something like that, yeah. Second best questions. So Sheikh Haroon and Sheikh Waddah is going to pick the best questions that have been asked on this program today, and two of you will get one of these prayer mats, special prayer mat, which have been sponsored by Abingdon Health Centre, Dr. Hamid. So if you would like to sponsor next week's gift prizes, please send me a text message or just put some money into the bank and say you would like to sponsor them. Let me have your names so we can make dua for you for sponsoring the event. Let's go to the next question. ZD.
That's a name. He says, salam to all of us. Wa alaikum salam. I'm seeing an increase in hadith rejection. What do you advise to protect the youth from rejecting hadith? Two things. Number one, this is Muhammad ibn Sirin, and he's famous as a dream interpreter from the Saleh, from the Tabi'een. He said, "Inna hadha al-ilma deen, fanzuru amman ta'khuduna deenakum." Truly, this knowledge is religion. So watch where you take your knowledge from. So that's the first thing. If you go into anybody's just coming out, just wearing a hat, and he's just talking about anything, and he's putting out these wacky ideas, then you're bound to be confused. You're bound to be misled. Because what happens there, somebody doesn't know anything about anything. He's just listening to some people spreading these ideas instead of like well-known and trustworthy people who've taken knowledge from the mashayikh, from the people of knowledge. بِالسَّنَدِ الْمُتَّصِلِ إِلَىٰ رَسُولِ اللَّهِ, with an unbroken chain back to the messenger. So instead of taking from them, they go to anybody who appears on YouTube, on Instagram, on any forum. So if you don't know who you're taking it from, then you're bound to be misled. And we have reliable sources of people of knowledge, and I hold on to them. He said, فَانظُرُوا عَمَّن تَأْخُذُونَ دِينَكُمْ. Watch where you take your religion from. So don't just like be surfing. And then the second thing, you look at the Quran itself. وَمَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولَ فَخُذُوهُ. Like whatever the messenger brings, you take it. لِتُبَيِّنَ لِلنَّاسِ مَا نُزِّلَ إِلَيْهِمْ, so that you may clarify to them what was revealed to them. There are so many references in the Quran about going to the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, taken from him. So how do we protect them? Number one, advise them where to go. Advise them where to go. Number two, just reference the Quran itself. The Quran itself is telling you go and take from a Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. But it's a lengthy discussion, and it's a fitna of the times. It's a tribulation of the times, rejecting everything but the Quran. And this is a bit dangerous, but say somebody, a Muslim, rejects the entirety of the Sunnah, may well fall into kufr. May well fall into kufr, because hadith mutawatir and mass transmitted hadith have to be believed in. So a person may actually leave the fold of Islam by rejecting certain ahadith. Wallah. So it's a serious matter. Let's move on to the next one, yeah? Because there's quite a few coming through.
Yes, absolutely. Next one is Brother Adam Hart again, saying, I broke a lot of fast when I was younger without reason. Will the 60 consecutive fast cover all the fast I've broken? So,
yeah, it will, yeah. Yeah, so the kafara, the issue of a kafara, the penalty of 2 months consecutive fast. Yeah, so there's some views that say yes. So yeah, it will cover all the fast that's been broken. Yeah.
okay, brilliant. That's great. And the next question is from Jay, saying, Salam Sheikh, what are the forbidden times to read Qaza?
To read Qadha. There's 3 times that are forbidden. One is straight after Fajr, just before, after, so for a period of time after Fajr, just before Dhuhr, a couple of minutes before Dhuhr, and as the sun's setting, like just before Maghrib. So the 3 times is after Fajr, just before Dhuhr, and the end of Asr time, just before Maghrib comes in. No.
Okay, Jazakumullah khair. There is another one for you. I'll let you read it.
So yeah. At what point did we see introduction of prayer timetables, and when did we move from experiencing nature to determine salah times to just following pre-calculated times? In the Prophet's time, were Jama'at times consistent, how were they determined? Excellent question. The asl within prayer times is mushahada. It's all observation. So you had what's called al-muwaqqit. Al-muwaqqit is a person who's responsible for the prayer times in the Muslim community. So that person will go out and look and check, like, has Fajr begun, like the first rays of the sun hitting the horizon. They will check, like, zalat al-shams, like when the sun's moved away from the zenith. Yeah. So there's a person who's responsible for it. But because most people, and even in the Muslim world now still, it's not timetables. Like, you listen out for the adhan. You don't need to, although timetables are now widespread there, but in the Muslim world, you listen out for the adhan. Like in all Muslim countries, the adhan tells you when the prayer time started. So there's a muwaqqit, there's a person who's responsible. Although now in the Muslim world, likewise, like, they won't go out and check, they'll just base it upon. So it is a recent thing. It is a recent thing that's happened where the Muslim world has moved away from the original, which is that there's a person who's responsible to go out and check. But in truth, the timetables, inshallah ta'ala, we trust and hope that they're based upon original observation. Wallahu a'lam.
Okay, brilliant. This one from Sarah K. He says, in understanding Qadr, how much choice do we have over our actions and the final outcome that is already decreed? In understanding
Al-Qadar al-Qadr is the most dangerous question there is.
do we get one prize for the dangerous
No,
questions?
she shouldn't get any prize for that.
Right.
Something that shouldn't be asked.
Okay, go on then.
So the belief of Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, the Orthodox Muslims, is we have a degree of choice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created within us al-ikhtiyar. He's created within us the ability to choose. It's limited, but so we have an inclination towards what's good and bad, and Allah yakhluq a'malana, and then Allah creates our actions. The final outcome that's already decreed. When we say maktub means what fi ilm Allah al-azali. It means that when you say it's decreed, it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His eternal knowledge knew the choices we're going to make, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not jabbar. He does not force you to undergo to do actions. So there's limited choice. Wallahu a'lam. Anything else? There's a lot of questions coming today.
See if you can recognize who your student is from this.
Yeah, and
he's a front row student. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, Hamza. Yeah, too. He's actually told me that he's gonna drop some questions.
right.
So I know what it is. And he thinks he's being smart here.
All right. Okay. So we're having a real competition with student and teachers here, aren't we?
No. This one, for a question like this, he's going to get expelled out of madrasa.
Oh, right. So watch out, mate.
So he said, I've heard talk of mermaids from a student. Please, could you clarify if these exist, and if they do, is it permissible to marry or eat them? MashaAllah.
To moderate them or marry them?
To marry them and then to eat them. Get a bit hungry, can you eat your wife? That's what he's saying.
Right.
Let's go.
Let's move on then. Okay, it's not a question we're going. Is there another one?
Why are we even discussing this?
I would
I
love
don't
to
even
be
know why
maybe
we're
next
discussing
week,
it. So, a prayer match bid'ah. That's what his question. A prayer match bid'ah. Hamza.
No,
you,
this,
okay.
yeah, prayer match.
Yeah, Hamza, you are a bid'ah. وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار.
How old is the student?
I don't know, he's a child.
Oh, right, okay, alhamdulillah. That answers everything. Thank you so much for calling. Hussein Yaqub, thank you for sending us your message. Can we give them to Chokes? Islam, bro?
No.
different.
Hussein Yaqub is an Imam from Nottingham. He's one of the students.
Okay, right.
Hussein, phone in with your question. Phone in.
Phone in.
No,
Okay.
we're not answering his question
We're not
unless he
answering
phones
his
in.
question. Okay, brilliant. Well, we've got another one here. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Off you go. Over to you. There's two questions there. Thank you, Brother Jibril. Muhammad Jibril's also sent his good messages. Brother Adil Anwar, Jazakumullah khair for all your beautiful messages on our Facebook. As you know, as Sheikh Haroon is going through the questions, we do have a talent show, Muslims Got Talent, which is aired every Thursday at 6 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. So please don't forget your favorite show. And I'm going to ask Sheikh Waddah to say a little bit about the talent show that he actually is hosting it.
So alhamdulillah, basically we've got a talent show. It's every Thursday, it's 6 p.m. and we're looking for any talent. Whether you've got hadith, you're going to tell us some nasheed, whether you're going to even speak to us about a hadith and explain it, about a story of the prophets or anything, whether it's art or anything you've got, anything you want to share with us. It's a community-based program. We want to have the parents and the children joining in. So we've even introduced something new now, that there's a prize for the parents himself, the person that will push his kids to learn or his children to learn 5 to 10 ayahs within the week, inshallah, and can prove it and then phone up, inshallah, and read and speak to us. Inshallah, we'll give them a prize as well. And there's a big prize as well that we're still holding. It's a free tour around Britain's first mosque and a 3-course meal, which Sheikh Haroon, inshallah, will be invited to.
Marhaba.
Inshallah, definitely. And Sheikh Sadiq, we'll bring Sheikh Sadiq, the two sheikhs. So what a great company, inshallah, you'll have.
Sheikh Sadiq's listening, inshallah. Sheikh Sadiq, you're welcome to come for the meal.
It's an invite from Sheikh Haroon himself.
Brilliant.
Inshallah.
We're just going to show you a quick, we'll show you a video. Are we showing a video, Hamza? Yeah, we'll show you a very short video of the talent show. Yes, definitely you will sing after the video. So let's have the video.
Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. Join me, Waddah Saleh, on your favorite show, Muslims Got Talent, live on Facebook and YouTube. Have you got talent? I know you've got talent. Whether you're singing or reading, I'll be listening. I don't know what to do with these presents, so make sure you call in and you win these presents. Get your goodie from Woody.
MashaAllah, that was really good. Was you were a good catcher, Sheikh Waddah?
It contrasts the palm trees that we've got.
Well,
How come nobody's mentioned the palm trees, man? Because we're chilling in the
I
Bahamas.
think that's what I'm saying. No viewers have picked up. They say, how come you guys from Britain's first mosque ended up in the Bahamas? Thanks to our directors, father and son production here.
Yes, and it's not Aladdin's magic carpet that we flew on.
No, we had the Aladdin magic carpet. We are in the Bahamas right now.
Shall we answer the question or can I sing a song?
Do we have a question?
Yeah, there's a question.
Okay, let's answer. No, actually, hold the question. Let's go to a nasheed first.
Should we do the one that you know, yeah?
Yeah, let's do the one that we know. كشف الدجى بجماله حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله بلغ العلا بكماله كشف الدجى بجماله حسنت جميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله صلوا عليه وآله.
Shall we sing طلع البدر?
Go on then, let's do it.
Shall we do it now or Actually, we're coming to the end anyway.
Is there questions? Do we have a call?
Oh, is this all the things?
All right, let's take a question then. Let's take some questions.
you off.
Well, question from Brother Waqar Iqbal. Sheikh Haroon, hold on. Bring the first one. That's it. If a mother expressed froze breast milk, would that milk create milk bonds if it was given to a child under the age of 2? Is that a medical question?
No, it's a fair question.
Okay,
it's
go
a
on then.
Sharia question, yeah.
Well, we do have a doctor in presence here in the studio, so we can
This
get their
is
rules.
about rada'a.
Okay.
So it's about So the answer is yes. That it does create. So just for those who aren't aware of the question, is like if a child is fed milk from a woman, then it creates a milk relationship with her, such that she becomes a milk mother, and the husband, who's the result, the milk has been produced because of him, becomes a milk father, and it creates mahram ties between them. So even if the milk is frozen and it's given a while later, as long as the baby's under the age of 2, then then that relationship is formed. And then following on from that, and so the father who impregnated the mother, because of which the milk is not flown, will be considered the milk father of that baby girl. So there will be mahram ties between them. Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah, thank you for that. Let's take one more. Someone, YSF, given a question.
Yusuf, that's a Yusuf.
Yusuf. Well, that's a shortcut, isn't it?
YSL.
Yeah, it's almost those the perfume they have, YSL. Okay, right. We have short for Yusuf is the YSF. Brilliant. Sheikh Haroon, please take the question.
I think it's speaking to you because it's called your Hazrat Sal. So
Okay.
Your Hazrat now.
The Allama Hazrat is here.
With your hat.
Oh, with the hat.
Hazrat now. By the way, everybody, you notice the fez that he's got on. Can you explain that, please?
Well, this is the fez from this rotate. It's a rotating fez, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No, it's
just tell everybody why you wear that.
Why I'm wearing it. When Sheikh Abdullah became Muslim in 1887 after visiting Morocco, obviously the Moroccan and the Turks have these fez hats there, which is their traditional hat, and he was introduced this when he became Muslim 133 years ago in Morocco. So I'm actually really wearing it to bring that, shall I say, connections back
So what you
of
reckon?
Abdullahquilliam.
What you reckon?
Everybody loves this hat, and many people have said, brother, where can we buy this from? I tell you, I have some friends who go to Morocco. Every person that comes to the masjid, I say, make sure you bring me a hat that fits my head only.
And they never get you the right hat, can they?
Well, it's a hit and miss, but it's not too bad. Okay, so
You know what I was going to suggest?
Go on, Sheikh.
Shall we require the Imam who's leading the prayer that he always has to wear that hat?
I think we
For
should.
the sake of,
Instead of the imam, that's how we translate.
Yeah, the Imam should also wear the red.
But not the Khatib, no. Just the Imam al-Salah.
I think, well, we'll ask the viewers, what do they think? Should both Imam and the Khatib should wear a red hat
Comments,
around there?
I don't care.
Let
I'm
them
not
decide.
wearing it. I'm not wearing it.
Right. Okay, let's read the comments. What are the comments?
There's a question here, actually.
Did we take that? Well, there's a question here. Oh, I've got my phone here as well, isn't it? Salam, my name is Hamza. I am 9 years old from Lancaster. I would like to know what the best way to make my parents happy. What a beautiful question.
MashaAllah.
Okay, did you get that?
MashaAllah.
Yeah, what's the best way to make your parents happy?
Yeah.
What's the best way to make your parents happy is observe your required, do what you're required to do with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, I know who it is. I know who it is. Yeah.
Right.
What's the name again?
Hamza.
Hamza. I know the Dan Yusuf.
Not your other Hamza. The one.
So Hamza Lomas.
That's it.
Try and make sure you pray 5 times a day. So even though there's no obligation upon you now until you become an adult, just try and make, because I know your dad, mashallah, he's a beautiful person. And I know him that it'll make him so happy. 5 times a day, try and make sure you pray. There's all the other things about like do what they say and so on, and listen to them, don't upset them and so on. That's all there. But you fulfill your duty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A father who's a believer and a mother who's a believer, there's nothing that will make them more happy than seeing the son and the daughter praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's how you should make your parents happy. Allahu Akbar.
That's a very beautiful question from a 9-year-old, isn't it? It's a very inspiring question, really.
Should we give him the present? Yeah?
I think we should. I think
I was going to mention that then.
I think we should give him a present for that.
what about Sheikh
No,
at
the
the
decision will be made after. I suppose there might be another questions. Decision made now. Okay, so we're giving this prayer mat.
So hold on. So are we deciding now? Yeah.
I think we should wait a few more minutes.
Yeah.
Well, we got
any more
people.
questions? Are we done now?
He wants to sing his nasheed. We've been waiting for your nasheed.
I was going to do Tala' al-Badr.
Okay.
But when we do Tala' al-Badr, everybody's got to join in.
Of course.
It's one that everyone knows.
Because everybody knows that, yeah?
Yeah, so I think what we should do, right, so Hamza, I have got his details, so shall we announce
Hamza Lomas, yeah? Hamza Lomas.
Shall we announce the prize, the winner of the prize? Because we're coming in about 10 minutes time, we're going to close the show.
Yeah.
Or shall we wait till the last minute?
Till the end, yeah.
What, till the end, yeah. In case we have
Let them
another
wait
inspiring
more. Let
question.
them wait more.
Yeah. So here we go. Thank you for, yes, of course, I do want to say Jazakumullah khairan, brothers and sisters, those who are actually making lots of comments and questions. We're unable to answer every one of them as quickly as possible. But please do text your questions to the Sheikh on our Facebook, and also you can do it onto my WhatsApp, which is 07949 921 692. Safe break. There's something in Arabic, Sheikh. I'll let you read that.
صوتي سين آخر كرام شينا فاهن.
Sheikh Waddah, can you read that?
I can't see. I'll try and see.
I don't understand what he's saying. هذا الشيخ آخر كرام شينا فاهن كان يخطب. You know what that means?
I can't see what it says.
طيب, let's go to all underneath that. How do you keep alive the spirit of Rabi' al-Awwal? Allahu Akbar. Just by singing along with us.
How do you keep alive the spirit of Rabiul Awwal? So let's have the nasheed then.
No, I know Yusuf. Yusuf, he's a nuisance as well. So Yusuf, phone in and sing with us. Phone in, Yusuf. I want you to phone in.
Yeah, phone
we're
in.
waiting now to sing Tala' al-Badr alayna. So I want you to sing with us. Yusuf, you're going to phone? Actually, you know what? I'll phone him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is he a Liverpool supporter?
I don't know.
Right, okay. Well, we haven't had any Evertonian ringing in, have we?
Yeah, because they're on, that's why.
Oh, listen, if I'll tell you what, if an Evertonian rings in, I'll change my legion to the Evertonian from Liverpool. How's that?
We'll throw you
Just
out.
I'll be losing one Sheikh here.
Yusuf, yeah, he's not answering the phone.
He's not answering the phone.
Oh,
Okay.
Yusuf, was that you who sent the question? Yeah. Okay, Bismillah, phone in. We're going to sing Tala' al-Badr together, right? Okay, go on. He's going to phone in now.
Okay, that's brilliant. So we'll do the Tala al-Badr as soon as...
Any other questions?
As soon as I might give my phone away, lots of questions come in. Oh, we have some. Thank you very much, Dr. Saab. Okay, look, I've got a few here now. Three of them. Shall we take that one, Sheikh?
Waiting for Yusuf to call in.
Okay, while he's calling in, let's take that.
I'm working in a hospital as a support worker. Is working in the female wards as a Muslim man really bad? It's not the ideal thing. It's not ideal. So if you can see maybe if it can be arranged that you work in male wards or you're dealing with male patients, that would definitely be better. But if there's no option but for you to work there, then it's not. I wouldn't say it's categorically haram for you to do that. We're ready to sing?
Ready.
Okay, there's a question there as well, quickly.
Okay.
Where does same Azra'il come from? Isn't found in the Quran, rather Malik al-Maut is. Yeah, I mean, see, first of all, that's a question about the angel of death, Malik al-Maut. So Jibreel is mentioned in the Quran, Mikael is mentioned in the Quran, but even Israfil is not mentioned by name. It says, "Nufikha fi as-sur." He blows the trumpet, but Israfil alayhi salam is not mentioned. And this goes back to the point: you can't bypass hadith. Israfil is mentioned repeatedly in hadith. There is a reference in hadith to Azra'il. There is some ahadith that mention it as the name of the angel of death. So it's from ahadith, it's not from the Quran. But if the question is saying that names of angels come from the Quran, then Israfil is not there. Yeah.
We have a call.
No, I
MashaAllah.
think it's
Sheikh
Yusuf.
Haroon.
It's Yusuf who's going to sing with us.
It might be.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, Yusuf? You
How are you,
okay?
Sheikh? Alhamdulillah, well, how are you?
Have you got a question or do you want to sing?
No, I thought you were going to sing for us, Sheikh.
Wow. There we go.
Bismillah, you sing by yourself and then we'll join in.
I'll join in with you, inshallah.
Okay, start. I'll start you off and then don't. I'll start you off. طلع No, he's got to carry on.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Carry on. طلع
Brother Yusuf, you have to sing with us.
No, come on.
Come on.
Okay, we'll all do it together.
We'll all do it together.
And everybody listening, sing.
Yes.
Sing. It's today's Jum'ah, Yawm al-Nabi. Jum'ah is the day of the Prophet, where he said, أكثروا من الصلاة والسلام عليه. He told us to send as much prayer and peace upon me as possible. So what we're singing is that. It's salawat upon the Prophet.
So we'll have the studio directors and the producers joining us as well.
Everybody. So
Everybody
Yusuf, you
in
ready?
the studio.
3, 2, 1.
طلع
البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع
Yeah.
وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله داع أيها المبعوث فينا جئت بالأمر المطاع جئت شرفت العوالم مرحبا يا خير داع أنت شمس أنت بدر أنت نور فوق نوري أنت إكسير وغالي أنت مصباح الصدور طلع البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله داع.
MashaAllah,
Can I just say
MashaAllah.
something?
Yeah, of course you can.
Jazakallah khairan, Yusuf. I'll see you on Sunday, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Off
But
you
yeah.
go, lad. You won't sing, will you?
No, he did his very best.
No,
he did sing
he
with
did. I
us.
couldn't hear him.
Right, time is to announce
Can I
the
mention
winner.
something there,
Yes,
please,
please.
Afwan, if you don't mind? Because Yusuf actually asked a good question. How do you keep the spirit of Rabi' al-Awwal going?
Of course.
And it's so important that we sing an asheed, particularly about Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And that's one of the turath of the Muslimin. One of the beautiful heritage and legacy of the Muslims is this unique connection that we have to a Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. From the time of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, they would recite poetry about him sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And when unfortunately we're now in a generation where people are raised and told, no, you should be careful about this, and even the masajid, madaris, like people are told, be careful about this. If you take away that connection from the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you're taking away something that's asl min usul ad-din. It's one of the essentials of our religion. And it's one of our teachers, he said, and I love this as an example. Islam is like a cup of tea. In a cup of tea, you put the sugar in there. Some people drink the tea without stirring the sugar. So every Muslim has hubb al-Nabi. Every Muslim has love of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And when you said Muhammad Rasulullah, you have that. So you're drinking the tea, it's there. But others, they stir it. And that sugar, the sweetness, which is hubb al-Nabi, love of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it's in every single part of the tea. So that's how you want to experience your deen. You want to experience your deen with that unique connection to a Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So hubb al-Nabi is there with everybody. You said Muhammad Rasulullah, he loves the messenger. But we want to taste the sweetness of that. And then when you start reciting about a Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, it stirs something within your heart. It's like it's an emotional love. Like we don't just say, follow a Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you love him. That's the beginning. That's the beginning. But it has to be like your mum and your dad. You don't always listen to what they say. Doesn't mean you don't love them. There's something within the heart. There's some sweetness within the heart. So that's why we recite the qasaid. That's why we sing about it. That's why we talk about them all the time. We want the sugar to be there throughout the tea. So every single part of our deen, we experience hubb al-Nabi, love of the Prophet. And there's no ghulu with it. There's no ghulu. There's no extremes. The extremes دع ما ادعته النصارى في نبيهم. Leave what the Christians say about their prophet. We don't say Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam wa Abdullah or Ibn Allah or Allah. We don't say that. We honor him, we respect him, we love him, we revere him. But he's Abdullah wa Rasuluh.
MashaAllah. Couldn't be explained any better, could it? Beautiful.
So we have to sing all the time. That's all we're saying. We just got to keep on singing.
Of course, we've got to keep singing. I have to learn it by heart, actually. Right. Announce the winner of the question of the day. Who shall we give it to, Sheikh?
Hamza Lomas.
Hamza Lomas from Lancaster.
Yeah. How are you going to get the prayer mat down to Lancaster?
Well, we'll post it. So, Hamza, if you are listening, the 9-year-old Hamza has won today's questions of the day, and he lives in Lancaster. So there we are. The questions, the winner has come from. Well, what was the question, Sheikh?
It was something about how do I make my parents happy?
That's right. A
Beautiful
9-year-old.
question.
How do I make my parents
And it's
happy?
coming from a 9-year-old.
Has won the heart of the
So that's why it's
chest
so
here.
beautiful, mashallah.
It's so beautiful that it's coming from a 9-year-old. Mashallah.
Absolutely, yes. So it has come from a humble 9-year-old saying, how do I make my parents happy? A very inspirational question, really, isn't it? That gets a 9-year-old thinking, what can I do to make my parents happy? Of course, that child's going to interact with the parents more and wants to look, what does it make them happy? Does it make them happy, him being a good boy or doing things that they like or doing things he likes? So it's an interesting question. And the prize goes to Hamza Lamos. Is it?
Lomas.
Lomas. There we go.
Lomas,
A beautiful
yeah. Well, Hamza,
LFC
this
match.
is red. It's an LFC match. So I don't know if you support Liverpool or not, but you need to start supporting because this is a match for Salah.
Yes.
Salah.
Salah.
Salah. Yeah, Salah.
Bad pronunciation, but still it'll go.
There we go. It's a very beautiful one as well. It's sponsored by Abingdon Health Centre, Dr. Abdul Hamid. Brothers, if you're listening, if you'd like to sponsor a prize, every week we will have a questions of the week of the show. If you want to sponsor something, please let us know. Please let me know.
Phone in. We're not going to answer
Does
Husnain unless he
have
phones
a
in.
place in Islam? Yeah, Husnain, you have to ring in. We are not taking your questions by the order of the Sheikh, I suppose. No. Ask him to. Talent show next week. As we know, the talent show every Thursday from 6 p.m. You will have Waddah Saleh as the judge and myself as the host. We have many prizes to give out. We have got loads of prizes. Let's have a look. We got these sort of prizes here. Pass me those little ones as well, Sheikh Waddah. We have some beautiful Quran here, Sheikh. Yeah. So you show them then. Go on, you show them. Sheikh Waddah will show them. He's the judge of that program.
You got the electronics here, electronic prize where you got all your dua, your surahs, a few surahs, I think just Amma and a few surahs.
Yeah, my kids have got that.
Yeah.
They got that.
Mashallah. So,
Inshallah.
and we've got the Tajweed Quran as well. As we've got, it's all colour coordinated, so you learn your mad, your idgham, your gunna through colours sometimes. It's in Arabic and English, mashallah, it tells you the ahkam. And so many other prizes, inshallah. And it's not about the prize, inshallah, it's about you joining in, showing us your talent, and spreading any knowledge that you have, and getting the edges for it, because everyone else will be watching, everyone else will imitate and try and do the same as you. So we're looking for that star role model from the children, inshallah, to phone in and show us what they're made of, inshallah. And it's every Thursday at 6 p.m, inshallah. So join us, inshallah.
Absolutely, inshallah. Even Hamza Lamos, please do call us next Thursday at 6 p.m. and show us your talent as well. Not just only listening to your parents to make your parents happy. You probably would make your parents happy if you were to recite something or do something on the channel next Thursday at 6 p.m. Absolutely. And of course, win more prizes. Now, the next prizes would be much more goodies, shall I say, that we were going to give you. This one is a prayer mat we've decided to give. But the prizes on the talent show are different. They're all to do with children and the goodies that they like. Isn't it, Sheikh Haroon? Yes. Of course, Sheikh Haroon has also won a prize.
There's Hamza watching us.
There's Hamza watching us. That's brilliant. Okay. That is wonderful. Thank you so much. We have got, we've seen it. That is Hamza watching us. Is that what it is, Sheikh?
Yeah, I've seen it.
There you go. Oh, right. He's all wrapped up in the blanket, isn't he? He's watching.
He also said he's very excited about the prayer mat.
He's excited about the prayer mat. Takbir.
So
Allahu Akbar.
Hamza, Lomas, next week, you got a whole week to think up it's going to be hard for you to get a better question than that. You got a whole week to come up with a question that either me or Sheikh Waddah are going to struggle to answer. We're going to give you the whole week, and next week we want you to phone in. Hamza, we want you to phone in next week, okay? Hamza, is that a deal? You're going to phone in next week? I'm going to take that as a yes. Your silence is agreement. So he's phoning in.
Inshallah. Okay, we are running out of time here. I think it's come to the end of the show now. Thank you so much, Jazakumullah khairan, for being with us today. Don't forget, Ask the Sheikh is every Friday from just before 2 o'clock onwards. Inshallah, we have a call here. Shall we take this call? Okay. Caller, just hold the line, please. Okay. We'll take the last call, shall we, since the call has come through, Sheikh Haroon. Okay, Sheikh Haroon, please take the call.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi, Sheikh. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah, is that Yusuf Lomas?
No, it's not Yusuf. I just had a question, Sheikh. You mentioned that you do at this madrasa. I was just wondering, how to say potentially Mr. Ali, maybe?
I didn't get that clearly. So you said something about the Arabic madrasa, yeah?
No, Sheikh, I said that you meant that you. I was just wondering if over the years you've ever had a.
No, you know what? Your sound's not coming through clearly. So you want to sort out your sound.
Sorry.
In the meantime, I'm going to carry on singing.
Sorry, is that any better?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I was just saying, Sheikh, you mentioned over the years you've been teaching Malaka Madrasa for a number of years. Have you ever had a favourite student over the years?
Haidar!
You are in trouble now.
No, you know what? This guy's trying to get into the top 10. He's not even in the top 10. This guy.
All right, there you go.
Haidar, for that, you're dropping down, mate. You're going down to 15 for that. But, Haidar, should I publicly announce who my favourite student ever has been?
Go on, I'm waiting for this.
I'm just going to bite his tongue now. But his name is Abdurrahman. But now figure out, because there's loads of Abdurrahmans.
There you go.
His name is Abdurrahman, but you're going to have to go and figure out now which Abdurrahman is that.
I think that's me, really, isn't it?
We're all about Abdurrahman.
Haidar, you're not on the top 10, mate. You need to work harder to get on there.
Right.
I'm going to ring in every week until I get into the top 10.
Okay, brilliant. That's a good thinking. That's a good one. Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Right. Okay. Carry on talking.
قمر سيدنا النبي
Okay, so we have lots of gifts here. So these are the artifacts that if anybody would like to, pay some donations to the masjid, and you can have those ones. These are really beautiful ones here, Sheikh. And we have also this one. Explain this one, Sheikh Haroon. This is the Holy Quran. This one here.
30 juz of Quran.
30 juz of the Quran. There's individual chapters.
You know what that is? You know, like when you have khatams, like they have like each spara by itself.
Yes, that's right. It's each of the chapters, each of the juz are separated. You got 30 juz here in 30 chapters. So it's very practical and useful to have it in the family. Children don't have to take the whole Quran out. They can take the chapter they're reading, also for the parents as well. So if you'd like to make a donation to the masjid, we will forward them to you. Again, text them onto my mobile 07949 921 692, or you can email us from our website. If you'd like to make a general donation to the upkeep of the masjid and the purchase of the masjid, please do so from the website. Inshallah, Sheikh Haroon, we're going to finish this program now. To be honest with you, the public doesn't want us to go, but the director wants to stop us here.
I want to go.
You want to go. Sheikh Haroon has got another program. I love this program, to be honest with you. We could be here for hours, the way your students are ringing and they're asking questions. Having said that,
causing me trouble. That's what they do.
having said that, we're going to have to stop here at the moment. So don't forget to come in with some exciting questions next week, next Friday, before 2 p.m. But make sure you go to our AQS Media channel, YouTube channel, subscribe the channel, and press the bell button. That will remind you when we come on the air. Sheikh Haroon, shall we start with maybe a short recitation from Sheikh Waddah and the dua from Bismillah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم تر كيف فعل ربك بأصحاب الفيل ألم يجعل كيدهم في تضليل وأرسل عليهم طيرا أبابيل ترميهم بحجارة من سجيل فجعلهم كعصف مأكول.
ما شاء الله. الدعاء from Sheikh.
Can I ask you a question? Who's your favourite reciter?
My favourite reciter as a qari?
I'll tell you mine. Mishawi.
Mishawi with the makharij.
Yeah,
Makharij, no, that's a beautiful
Mishawi,
subhanallah.
like, it touches the heart.
But you find it within the Quran, mashallah, it's the letters, it's the makharij that come and they're so powerful.
Mishawi, I love
Mashallah,
Mishawi.
beautiful. Husari and the Mishawi, they're separatable, mashallah.
I thought he was going to say Sheikh Sadiq.
Sheikh Sadiq is.
Like Sheikh Sadiq.
Yes, of course. Brilliant. Please dua by Sheikh Haroon.
اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وصحبه وسلم. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله.
Amen.
جزاكم الله خير.
Jazakumullah khair, Sheikh Haroon and Sheikh Waddah Saleh, for giving your valuable times. And brothers and sisters, please do join us this next Thursday coming up for the Muslims Got Talent show, a show for the up to the 16-year-old to showcase their talents, their potential on the air. So it could be Quranic recitation, hadith, or art or calligraphy, or even a nasheed. So whatever the talent you may have, please showcase it. It's on our YouTube channels. Go to AQS Media, subscribe to the channel, press the bell button. That'll remind you when we come on the air. We're also on the Facebook as well. Do share the Facebook channel too. So we're going to say goodbye now. We're going to say goodbye. May you stay well and stay safe in these difficult times. And please join us next week, inshallah. Stay tuned with AQS Media. More programs will come on your way, inshallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep you all safe and well. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum from Britain's first mosque, from the Happy Sheikhs. Allahu Akbar.
We call you the happy now.
Assalamu alaikum, boys and girls. Join me, Waddah Saleh, on your favourite show, Muslims Got Talent, live on Facebook and YouTube. Have you got talent? I know you've got talent. Whether you're singing or reading, I'll be listening. I don't know what to do with these presents, so make sure you call in and you win these presents. Get your goodie from Woody. Oh.